they have to negotiate all these various levels. Healthcare. I mentioned the problem with the healthcare bill. What we need to do in healthcare is we need a new bill that allows us access to the insurance companies across our country, the 3 dozen or so that they can bid on our work. We should be able to tell them the parameters. We have the choice of the kind of healthcare coverage we want, and then we ought to be able to send it, we ought to be able to use the internet to do this, and the insurance companies ought to come back to us and bid for our work. We're going to have to do that. We're going to have to work the tort reform as well so that we can put some predictability and stability in the system that will lower the premiums for doctors on their malpractice insurance. And that way put a competitive practice. That'll put pressure on it. Okay. In addition to that program, we also, within a balanced budget framework, we've got to do some investments. Because you know what? Our valley, which increasingly, the Hudson Valley, the 10 counties, the 137 towns that comprise the 20th district, we're being known in Forbes magazine. We were called Tech Valley because of the promise, because of the educated labor force, and because of the wonderful quality of life here. We have nanotechnology. We have significant possibilities for nanotechnology. We have the College of Nanoscale down at SUNY Albany. We have programs in supporting in community colleges. And we got a chip fab that Global Foundry is going to come up in Malta. We've got 1,400 manufacturing, 21st century manufacturing jobs coming to the fore. This is only the beginning, folks. When the first plant went into Dresden, Germany, it was 4,000 workers. Right now, it's over 44,000 workers. When you combine the possibility of nanotechnology with medical devices, which we lead the country as well, now you've got tremendous promise for our young, for our children, that when they go through colleges, they can stay right here. They don't have to leave the area. They can compete for these 21st century manufacturing jobs. And think about the second order effect here. Once you look at the possibilities from all the way down at the border with Canada, all the way down through Albany and Point South, when you look at the possibilities of high-speed rail, and you think about that with the broadband capabilities, along with commercializing the former U.S. Air Force Base at Plattsburgh, with the busiest port in North America on the eastern seaboard, which is actually Montreal. Now you can see that we have the possibility for great jobs, for growth all the way throughout our area that will provide tremendous opportunities for our youth. And I will tell you, we're going to fight for that within a balanced budget, and also for our farmers. Our farmers, our farming industry. We want to promote eating locally. And we know that for our farmers, that they're small business owners too. So a program that drives down their taxes, gets regulation off their back, and drives down healthcare costs helps our farmers. We want to do that, and we want to help them process locally so that we can eat and we can consume our local produce. This is what we're for. And I would tell you, if you're like-minded, if you believe what we believe, then I ask you to join our cause. We ask you to join our cause. We can grow the economy, and we can cut the size of the federal government, and we can reduce spending. We go to Washington and we say anything that doesn't help the strength of America, individuals, families, and communities, needs to be cut. We need to eliminate departments, and we need to cut programs that are not supporting the strength of America. Individuals, families, and communities. We're going to balance this budget. How are we going to do it? Well, days like today are key. Grassroots rallies like this. I will tell you that if we get our message out, we will win. This is our district. We need the 20th district to come home. We have a voter ID advantage. That's no guarantee of success. We know, in fact, that we've lost several elections now, but we can reverse this. But we have to be energized. We got to spread the word. And so things like today, rallies, this past Sunday we were in 8 counties. We had 11 events. In fact, we have some of the hosts of that event here today. And let's give them a hand. Those who hosted our college, thank you very much. And we've got other events coming. Right now we've got key events going on in terms of petitioning. We have some of our leaders that are walking our petitions now. Let's give them a hand. For those that are working on petitions. And then I would say that if you haven't already, I would ask that you would register. We have our coordinator here, our fearless leader for Saratoga, a man of tremendous intellect, integrity, character, and experience, Steve Bolger, who's going to help lead us to victory. Let me just also say that as part of the challenge of name recognition, we know that we're up against some regulations. You know, even though our opponent, and this is all legal, can use $500,000 of our money to do mailers and robocalls, and that's legal to do, in some of our towns we can't even put our signs up, even though we own the property. But you know what? Look at Sergeant Major Capone. Look at the example he sets over there for that car. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Okay, so in sum, let me just say that Mary Jo and I were very excited you're here. We thank Giffy's Barbecue again for just putting on a tremendous fair. And this energy that's brought here today, we're going to continue it on. We're going to work tirelessly. We're going to bring victory in November, and then we're going to begin to restore our republic in January.